Bonjour à tous. Myself Professor Shalini Pathak. I'm going to teach you French, and today I have taken a topic articles. Few articles we have learned in our previous lectures, and one more article I am going to teach you in this lecture today. So before the starting the explanation of the article topic, I would like to mention here, I would like to discuss with you all what is the importance of these things. When we learn any language, so these grammar topics plays very important role. Whenever in the previous lecture I have explained you some points, how they conjugate the verbs and all. I have explained you the use of the verbs, the conjugation of the verbs, the kind of the verbs, and how you can use them in the sentences, how you can use in your verbal French. So same way, the article is also a very important topic when you are using to framing any sentence. Few articles like definite articles, indefinite articles we have learned already. So today I am going to tell you the contracted articles. Like you can see here, in French language the contracted article called as les articles contract, right? So if you will talk about the definition of the contract article, so it's very simple. We are creating the contract article with the help of the preposition and the definite articles. So the preposition a, which means is to, and the, which means is of, combined with the definite articles, like definite articles in English is the, called contracted articles. So basically, when you are combining the preposition a or the, any one of them, with the definite article which is le, la, le and l apostrophe, when you combining them, so we got the contracted articles. When you are talking and when you are framing any sentence, when you are making any sentence and you want to use the to, the, of, the in your sentences, so these contract article will help you there. Okay, like a is the preposition in French language which means is to, and the is the preposition which means is of. Okay, when you are combining with the article the, so it comes like this, like you can see here, with preposition the, which means is of, the definite articles gives four forms. Why they are giving four forms? Just because of the gender of the noun. Like we have discussed many times in our all lectures, in French language many things, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, conjunctions, articles, things depends on the gender of the noun, because each and every noun has gender in French language. So same way, these articles also based on the gender. Like you have learned already, when the definite articles which are also based on the gender, like this one, la, we use for the masculine one, la we use for the feminine one, l apostrophe we use for the vowel singular one, and le we use for the plural one, right? But when you are combining these definite article which with the preposition the, so it comes like this. The which means is of, and this la which means is the, and when you are combining them, so we are getting du, which means is of the. So if you are framing any sentence and you want to translate of the in French, so we have to use at the place of the du. Okay, examples I'll explain you. I'll give you some examples so it would be easy to understand how you can use them in your sentences. Same way we have the plus la, which is the la, the l plus l apostrophe, which is the l apostrophe, the plus le, which will come as they, and Like you were using the definite article according to the gender of the noun, same way we are using these contract articles according to the gender of the noun. Like due we use for the only singular masculine noun, the la we use for the feminine singular nouns, and the L apostrophe we use before the H or vowel singular nouns. If your noun is starting with the vowel or the silent H, as we know, we have 5 vowels in French, same as English, like e, o, u, like a, e, I, o, u. The same vowels are there in French as well. But we have one more vowel, like silent H, we also consider as the vowel in French language. So if your noun is starting with these vowels or the silent H, so we have to use the L apostrophe or the L apostrophe at the place of the article. And if your noun is the masculine or feminine but given in the plural form, so in that case you can use they before that. Okay, and if you will talk about the meaning of these all, so they all stands for of, the, simple as that. The meaning of due, the meaning of the la, the meaning of the apostrophe, the meaning of they all stand for of the only, because you are actually making this article, this contract article, with the help of the preposition of and the help of the article the. Okay, so let's come on some examples called as example, right? So if I talk about the first example which we are using for the masculine noun, so you can see here le chapeau du petit garçon. In this sentence, le chapeau is for hat we use, and the petit garçon, the article will always come before the proper noun. Petit garçon is the noun here which is actually masculine in French. Petit garçon is the meaning is the small boy, and this is the masculine noun, that's why we are using due before that. And if you will translate this sentence into English, so the meaning would be the hat of the small boy. Simple as that. So same way, if I'll explain you the other examples, so you will see the all articles are based on the genders. Our second example, like la poule de la petite fille. In this sentence, this petite fille is the feminine one, that's why we are using de la before that. And if you will translate this sentence, so the translation of this will be the pullover of the small girl. Make sure you have to make sure this thing earlier, like the gender of the noun should be clear to you. If I'll talk about the next example, which is we are using for the vowel noun, so that is la mère de l'enfant. The mère de l'enfant, the meaning would be the mother of the child. This enfant word stands for child, and this is starting with the vowel e, that's why we are using the de apostrophe before that. And the same way, if I have taken the same example but in the plural form here, la mère des enfants. In this I have changed this enfant word which is used for the child, and if I am adding s and making the plural of this noun, so it becomes the plural one, so we need to use the plural article before that. And when you will translate this sentence, so the translation would be the mother of the children. It's simple as that. So whenever you are framing your sentence and you want to use of the in your sentence, so in that case you just need to focus on the gender of the noun which you are using, and before that you just need to put these articles based on the gender. So now these were the contracted article we made with the preposition of. Now come on the next category, that is we are using with the a category. we use which is stand for to. If you are making the article which we are making with the preposition a, which is mean is to, and we are adding with the definite article la, so it will come like u. It is also based on the genders, like we have learned all the articles in previous lectures and in the previous topic. If you adding the preposition a with the masculine la, so it become u. Same way, a with la become a la, a with l apostrophe, and a plus la will become u. The sound of the single masculine one and the sound of the plural one will be same. Okay, this x doesn't has any sounds. So if I'll explain according to the genders, it is actually the same. U stands for the masculine singular nouns, la stands for the feminine singular nouns, l apostrophe we use for the silent h before the silent h or vowel singular nouns, and u we use before the plurals masculine or feminine nouns. For examples, it will help you to make you more understand, it will easy to understand by the examples. So I have taken the single subject, that is il parle, which means is he speaks. So if you will use these articles according to the genders and with the different nouns. So if I'll talk about this professor we are using for the masculine one, so you can say he il parle ou professeur. Or same way, il parle à la fille, il parle à l'homme, and il parle aux enfants. When you will translate these examples, so it is actually similar way. This u used before the professor just because this is the masculine form, masculine noun, and this fille we use for the girl, and this is the feminine noun, that's why we are using la before that. Same way, om is starting with the silent h, as I've explained you, la apostrophe we use before the silent h and the vowels, before the vowels, so that's why we are using la apostrophe here. And enfant is the plural noun, that's why we are using u here. When you are going to translate these sentences, so it would be like this something. Il parle au professeur means he is speaking to the professor, right? And same way, il parle à la fille, so he is speaking to the girl. This means is to, and la means is the, so combinedly they are making to the, right? And we call, like we have explained, I have explained you already, that calls the contracted articles. Il parle alone, so he is speaking to the men, and il parle aux enfants, so he is speaking to the children. So when you are making any sentences and you want to use the contracted articles, so always remember one thing: the noun gender plays a very important role. You need to just focus on the gender of the noun. Then accordingly you can use any one of them, using the to the or you of the, or you can say u, ala apostrophe, or u, or same way du, the apostrophe, the la, and du. So this was the contracted article which you can use in your sentences and in your verbal sentences or in your writing. These concepts should be clear to you to improve your writing skills. If these things, the genders and the agreements of the articles, agreement of the verbs, where what verb should come, where which article should come, how we can use, because everything is based on the gender. So which noun is the masculine, which noun is the feminine, you just need to these things you need to memorize. So this was the contracted article. I hope this topic is clear to you all. And please keep practicing, keep writing, and keep learning. Thank you. Merci.